Israelite ambassadors threatened further attacks on Egypt today. The move comes after months of fruitless negotiations with Egyptian Pharaoh Ramesses II and increasing security risks to the Egyptian people. In a statement leaked to the press only hours ago, head Israelite negotiator Moses the Levite had this to say: "Every firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh who sits on his throne, even to the firstborn slave girl who is behind the handmill. There shall be a cry throughout the land of Egypt, such as there has never been, nor ever will be again." Here to discuss today's events are Medea, son of Raneb, a royal scribe to the Pharaoh, and Seth, son of Joseph, an Israelite envoy to the proceedings. Some strong words coming from negotiations today. Medea, I'd like to get your reaction to this.
This is really appalling, Felicity. For the past 5 months, the Egyptian people have dealt with 9 massive terror attacks that we now know were approved and initiated by Moses and other extremists in that negotiating room. What we heard today was the 10th blatant terror threat. And my question is, why should the Pharaoh even negotiate with terrorists who threaten the lives of Egypt's children?
Seth?
Thank you for having me on, Felicity. I think our guest has a fundamental misunderstanding. This is a situation where the Pharaoh of Egypt has enslaved the people of Israel. The Pharaoh has doubled our labor. The Pharaoh has refused us necessities, has refused our right to religion, has refused our freedom of mobility, has refused our rights for over 100 years. We're talking about a system of institutionalized abuse, torture, and enslavement.
Medea, you were shaking your head?
No one cares more for the people of Israel than me, but we're talking about the security of an entire nation. Egypt has opened its doors to the Israelites, but they never miss an opportunity to miss an opportunity.
Joseph,
and if they're going to play the victim, then they're going to have to look at their own leader, Moses, and the freedoms he negotiated away. An honest appraisal of the facts will show that it was actions by Moses that doubled their labor time and ended aid from the Egyptian government.
This is ridiculous, blaming the victim. Let us not forget, in 1248, when the Pharaoh's father killed every male Hebrew baby in a blatant attempt to weaken the people of Israel. No, let us not forget, this was a policy of population control and ethnic cleansing. And let us also not forget that Moses was raised by the Egyptians in an Egyptian household and taught everything he knows by the Egyptians.
Thank you, Medea, I'm going to give you a chance to respond, but even prominent Egyptian scribes are saying that Egypt's Hebrew policy over the past 50 years has backfired, creating a new generation of radical insurgents.
50 years ago, mistaken actions our government now regrets, but that was part of a larger policy that was necessary for the continuing demographic integrity of the Egyptian state. The Egyptian people understand the facts. The facts are that Moses is a murderer, a traitor, and a radical extremist, complicit in organizing 9 massive terror attacks in 5 months, and now threatening to kill the children.
The people of Israel did not commit those acts, and casualties are minimum compared to the devastation.
Do you repudiate them?
This is not the issue.
Do you repudiate attacks against unarmed civilians?
These 9 plagues were the result of the Pharaoh's refusal to let my people go.
Terror attacks.
Why are you defending a genocidal policy?
How can I talk to someone who refuses to denounce the threatened murder of my firstborn son? Where are these moderate Israelites decrying these attacks?
When the Pharaoh's father killed innocent children in 1248, where was the justice for the Israelites? My people are enslaved as a result of a policy which Ramses continues to this day. To this day, the simple request which he has denied is let my people go. You cannot enslave a people and expect them to do nothing.
The same sound bites. Look, Felicity, both sides have done wrong, but committing 9 terror attacks in the past 5 months is inexcusable. How am I supposed to talk to someone who refuses to say it's wrong to kill my firstborn? My own daughter and wife were infected in the biological attacks against my people. Violence against innocence is never right. Unfortunately, Seth lives in a black and white world, and if he had a better perspective of the situation, he would see that not only are the Egyptians at risk, but the Israelites are also at risk from the criminal purporting to lead them, a self-serving, power-hungry extremist seeking to keep himself in power.
Seth, the last word.
Felicity, the situation is that one side is oppressed and the other is the oppressors. It's quite obvious. We've seen this situation going on for almost 200 years, and we do not wish to live one more day longer as the oppressed minority in this world.
Seth, my dear, strong viewpoints on both sides. Thank you for joining us. Next, the new stone inlay that's wowing women from Thebes to Memphis.